One of the problems too, you have a ton of neural tissue in your gut, which is for real and for true, which why when someone says, oh, my gut's telling me this, you have neural tissue, brain tissue.
It just please you to over man. His face is low. And you're much bolder than thinking. And he's much bolder.
Well, howdy, Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, another day where I thought I had turned that light off down there, but apparently I did not. But there, I look, to me, especially washed out, and hard to read my whiteboard over there, and it's just, everything looks washed out to me. Whether it is or not, I don't know. Thumbs up for that. I bought a new shirt for like $5 at Walmart. It took me a time to find one with a shirt. With a pocket. The bottom of the pocket is already tearing. So within the next couple washings, there's not going to be a pocket anymore. Joy for that. Still though, it is gray and diffuse outside, though I'm sure that's not going to stop it from getting hot. Life is life. And of course, front-loading of videos, yay! If you could toss me a like, toss me a like, that'd be cool. If you could subscribe to the channel, that'd be awesome. If you could leave me a comment, that would be very, very cool. And I would like to thank each and every one of my Patreon patrons, these literally beautiful and literally awesome people that are, in fact, literally beautiful and literally awesome. Without these people's help, I and my pets would be hosed like Christmas monkeys. And by that, I mean homeless. So thank you, each and every one of you, for your help. And if you would like to help me and my pets out, that would be very, very cool. Greatly appreciated. Definitely a thumbs up. Links are in the show more video description. And if you'd like to help me out without becoming a patron, there's a PayPal link. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money, there's an Amazon wishlist link as well with stuff like cat food on it. So thumbs up. I was cool enough that I needed to wear the shirt. I thought by uncovering my forearms, which appear to be my temperature regulators, if my forearms are warm, my entire body is warm. If my forearms are cool, I am cool. It is too warm in here to even have a shirt over this part of my body. And before I started recording, it was cool enough that I needed to have the shirt on. What is the difference? I'm waving my arms around like I just don't care. And I heat up quickly. So, yay, gotta take this off now. Yeah, brand new thin material t-shirt. I needed a new shirt. These were like $5 and they're way too thin. And like I say, the pocket's already tearing loose at the bottom. So why even have a pocket if it's coming off? Life is life. Thumbs up for that. Oh boy. It today being July 4th in the United States, Independence Day holiday. Last night, people were exploding fireworks everywhere. And oh, that is so bad for animals. I am so sad for everybody. I mean, I understand celebration is good. I don't know if burning stuff is awesome, but I mean, life is life. Tonight's probably going to be 5 times worse. My poor kitty cat, my hamster, the downstairs guinea pig, and more. Poor things. It was whenever there'd be a huge explosion, like 11 o'clock, things would settle down, and it would be quiet for a minute or two, and then it would sound like a bomb went off outside, and immediately that would throw into chaos everyone that had just settled down. So joy on that. And now my nose itches because I'm talking, and that means all the little hairs inside of my nose are moving around, just like all the little hairs right here on the outside of my nose, like my mustache, are moving around. I occasionally tickle the ends of my nose. Thumbs up for that. But even though I did fall asleep yesterday for far too long, even though it took me forever to be able to record anything at all and then edit and upload, I still tried to do as much as I could yesterday. I tried to be as creative as possible. I went for walkies, and that's good. I enjoy going for walks. Definitely a thumbs up for that. I still haven't taken any more Statera, and that's okay. Definitely a thumbs up. I had all the fans going on in my room last night. It was cold, and so I slept pretty good. So good. Heat will destroy me when it comes to sleeping, but being cool, definitely a thumbs up on that. Past that, just surviving. Taking a look at my list to see if there's anything on there. I just have some creative stuff because past that, I haven't really had anything happen in my life. Aside from going for walkies and trying to take care of myself and living through the holidays and all that, has just been a day. I'm still fighting with my diet. A couple years back, I made the idiot decision to buy myself a birthday cake for my birthday because I hadn't had a birthday cake in ages. Oh, I wish I hadn't done that. I am still fighting off the repercussions. It took me over a year before I could stop buying cake. Actual cake. Slices of cake or half cakes. Oh my God, I had to have that stuff. And then I got into purchasing candy afterward. And other baked goods stuff like bags of donuts, little Hostess things like 10, 12 ounces of donuts. So for years now, because I bought a birthday cake for my birthday, I have been struggling desperately to stop purchasing sugary baked goods and such. I exercise by going walkies. I exercise by going up and down the stairs here to try and work off as much as I can. Oh, I wish I had never gotten started in all that. One of the problems too, you have a ton of neural tissue in your gut, which is for real and for true. Which why when someone says, "Oh, my gut's telling me this," you have neural tissue, brain tissue, scattered all the way through your abdomen, your gut. So, try and remember what the heck I was talking about. Boy, I love having ADHD. Yes, with your gut and all of those receptors in you, you have all sorts of microflora and microfauna. Your gut is filled with bacteria that if you didn't have them, you would die. You need this stuff to help digest your food. Some of those gut bacteria are better than others. And those gut bacteria can influence how you purchase things and eat. If you have a good balance, then you'll be doing fine. You'll crave good stuff, you'll crave bad stuff, but it'll be balanced. If you eat a lot of really good stuff, there's not much for those bacteria that like the bad stuff to live on, and so they shrink to a smaller amount. They don't go away because they're still a vital part of your innards, but there's a smaller amount of them, and the good ones go up like this, and they affect your thinking. When you have a lot of those bacteria that live on things like salads and vegetables and like that, you crave salads and vegetables for those gut bacteria. If you have it in the other direction, say you bought a birthday cake and you've been unable to stop buying things like that since, those bad bacteria that are still vital for your life, but still comparatively grow up like this, and the good ones that crave good stuff are down like this, and you crave stuff like cake and donuts and candy and bad stuff like that, and not so much the good stuff. This is what I've been fighting. First half of the day, I usually eat very, very good stuff. So, well, as good as I can, because I can't really chew, so I gotta have soft stuff, But I'll eat as good as I possibly can. Second half of the day ends up not being so good. Right now, I still eat far too many Pringles. Life is life. Still, I'm going walkies and trying to do the best I can. I'm drinking as much fluid as I possibly can, especially now that we're in summer. Oh, joy for that. It's okay to drink caffeinated beverages. Caffeine is a diuretic, but as long as you continue to drink, even if you're drinking something caffeinated, the fluid you take in is more than the fluid that you're giving out. Even if you are one of those people that has to take an actual diuretic tablet to help get fluid out of their bodies, one of the things you have to do to make that stuff work is drink a lot. So your body has too much fluid in it. So you need to take your diuretic tablet and wash it down with a lot of fluid, because your body's going to hang on to fluid unless it's got more. So there's a lot of stuff that's bizarre about bodies, but it's important. Such is life. And so last night went on walkies, tried to do as much thinking as I could. A lot of it was more, looking on my list here, cosmology related stuff for my multiverse. I'm going to try and do this as quick as possible because a lot of this is heavy duty. This is cosmology stuff, but I've mentioned before how there are different zones of the multiverse. And inside of each of these zones, because the pressures and the heat of such are different, there's different results. The innermost zone, closest to the singularity at the center of the multiverse, is the Ungara. It is very hot, very dense there. Next is the Ungare. That is not as hot, not as dense. We are out in the Ungaden, the third zone outward, the cold and dark. This is where larger, stronger beings very rarely come out to play, because they are usually larger and stronger to such a point that to enter our universe would either end it instantly or within a time. If you take a being from the Ungara at the closest to the center of the multiverse and you bring them out to the Ungaden, anywhere from 5 minutes to 5 days, our universe will die from the sheer heat and pressure of this one being. If any of the cosmic horrors came out to our universe, it would burn to quantum ash instantly from the heat and the pressure. In comparison, our universe that seems rock solid and hard to us, relative to us, is, relative to other zones of the universe, well, it's like we're made out of soft rags, and you get something too warm and too dense. The sheer heat and pressure of it, our universe is going to melt that way. They're self-repairing, so you take the heat out, it gets back up again, but everything is softened and flowed and come apart, and things from outside can come in easily, and it'll go back together afterward and then traps everything inside. So, I got an itchy part right on my upper eyelid. How about that? And so, there is this heat, this pressure. I only talk generally about the 3 zones of the multiverse. But there actually is a 4th, and that is the Ungadi. Because there is the Ungada, the void, outside. And around each multiverse, there's the singularity, the Ungara, the Ungare, the Ungaden, and then there's a shell of the Ungadi. Very few people know about the Ungadi because it is so thin and rarefied. As someone from the Ungare could come into our universe and be okay, generally, but someone from the Ungara would destroy our universe. Even if we were to somehow have the heat and pressure of just our breathing enter a universe out in the Ungadi, the heat and the pressure of our breath would burn their universes away. They are so thin, so rarefied in reference to anything else. Of course, within their own universe, everything is as solid as rocks to them. But of course, in comparison, no. And the Ungada itself, I've mentioned, is not just a physical void, but a theological and philosophical void. I mean, all matter instantly evaporates to energy. All energy instantly falls to its lowest collapse state. Nothing can move. There is no possibility. There is no energy. These universes have died. There is no hope of any further interaction. There is no more free energy. There's nothing, no interactions, no way in, no way out. They no longer exist. The Ungada is terrifying. Especially since, again, it's not just the philosophical, not just the physical void, but a philosophical and theological void. The void that Christian apologists talk about when they say, how did something come from nothing? As far as we know, there is no such thing as nothing. You cannot destroy energy or matter. You can only convert them between one state or the other. We don't understand what energy is, but there is a ton of energy inside of matter. They are the same. We just don't know how to turn energy into matter, but with the proper things, we can turn matter into a whole bunch of energy. So yeah, they are the same that way. Try to remember where I was going on that. I have also going on that talked about, the Ungata, there's the void. There's nothing out there, nothing, even concepts don't work. There's nothing. It is a nothing, a void, even concepts, far too claustrophobic. But I've mentioned how these other zones of the multiverse, these are places where our entire electromagnetic frequencies and wavelengths, the spectrum is effectively, metaphorically, just the visible light spectrum of one step upward in reality from us. Each step upward, the entirety of your visible light, your entire electromagnetic spectrum is effectively just that small sliver that would be the visible light spectrum of another huge one above. And every step you do, it keeps unfolding that way. There's more, there's always more, there's an incredible amount of more. Human beings can't understand a lot of things because we are 3+1 creatures. Then that's fine. We live in a 3+1 universe. We have no way of stepping up and out of our frame of reference. To understand what the Ungata is, you would have to step up about 25 clicks upward to be able to understand what the Ungata is and how it operates. We have no hopes of ever understanding it. We can't. We do not have the senses, the brain structures to interpret that data, or the brain structures to contextualize that data so that we can understand it in terms of our daily lives. Since especially you have to go 25 clicks or so above that to be able to understand exactly what's happening with the tear that happened that's causing the big energy flux that's creating all of the singularities that cause the multiverses. We can't understand this stuff. We don't have any of the senses nor a way to step up and out of our frame to keep going up. Hey, and I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab. I'm going to go through and thank however many people have left me comments in the past 24 hours. It isn't many, but anything more than 0 is awesome. And if I mispronounce the username, no disrespect is intended, and even though I count American Sign Language, well. We have Stephen Blanchard. It did suck that so far in 8 episodes of Daggerfall, I've had to restart 4 times. But life is life, could be worse. We have Iker Caleb, thumbs up, and I'll see what I can do. JAYY, infinites, and deep time. Yeah, there's stuff that our brains have very issues, very tough times comprehending without anxieties. We have LoCow5, thumbs up and thank you. Jesse Koskinen, greatly appreciated. And yeah, only after I started robbing the crypts of the dead that I start thinking, maybe this isn't a good way to raise my reputation among people who look down on things like grave robbing. We have ZYZZ's Legacy, thumbs up and thank you very much. Conspo Lopez, always good to see you in the comments. And there are a lot of parts of Europe that I would actually wish I could move to. I can't really think of any specific one at this moment, but yeah. Ben B, greatly appreciated. Good to see you in the comments. Nicola, QUENAYIYA, and not Nicola, Nicole. My sincere apologies. And that is it. 9 people who left me comments in the past 24 hours. Each and every one of you. Thumbs up. Thank you. You do get me out of my head and into the world and dealing with real people, if only in text, and if only for a short time. It is appreciated. Thumbs up and thank you. Well, holy smokes, it is effectively still the weekend. It is Monday as a holiday here in the US, so not a lot I can do. No real phone calls I can make. So it's going to be just a slow day. I'm going to do what I can. I've got ideas for goofy and weird videos, so hopefully I can get some of that done. Thumbs up for that, and hopefully I can get that video made for my reaction channel. And of course, with diseases out there still claiming lives that don't need to be claimed, please be smart. Take appropriate precautions for your area and situation. You don't need to take yourself out of life early. You don't need to take anyone else out of life early. Be smart, get vaxxed, get boosted, and don't toss your or anyone else's bodies onto the end-of-life corpse pile before we have to. Ugh. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a very good thing.